So today I'm going to talk about a very, very important topic. In fact, it's such an important topic that if you truly watch all of this video and you understand everything that I'm about to say and you internalize it, maybe watch this video 2 times, 3 times, whatever you need to do to truly internalize this lesson, it's so powerful that if you truly grasp this concept, I genuinely believe that you won't need any other concept in your life, because it's the foundational law of the universe, if you will, that if you apply it to pretty much every single area of your life, you will succeed. You will have no issues in life, because as long as you apply it correctly, you will get results. And what that concept is the concept of easy come, easy go. Okay, you've probably heard it many times, and you've heard it here and there, maybe in cliche settings or whatnot. But the point is that it literally can be applied to every single thing. Anything that you get easily, that you attain, you acquire easily, can leave just as easily. Whether that's money, relationships, something that you have materially, whatever it is, it can leave just as easily as you get it. And that is why the inverse is also true. The harder something is, the harder it is to leave. The harder it is to stop having it, to stop getting more of it. The harder something is, the more worthwhile it is to actually pursue, right? And so this is something that you must understand, because this is honestly one of the biggest things that's wrong with today's society. Is everyone, and I mean generally everyone, wants the easy fix, the easy option. And they want to do something, if they want to start a business, they want to start making money online, they want to do the easiest thing that will allow them to make a few bucks online. But the problem is that everyone is doing that, right? And so not only is it just supposed to be easy on paper, but it's actually harder to succeed in, because you've just got more competition. And this is just one example out of many areas, right? We can apply this to money. For example, you win 10 grand one night at the casino. Believe me, if you don't lose that right after, in the next few hours or whatever, in the same casino, you're losing it in the next couple of days. Whether that's splashing it on designer stuff, in a high-end restaurant, luxury hotels, whatever, you're losing it a lot faster because you don't value it as much as if you made 10 grand in a day through your business, through genuine hard work. Okay, and so this is the big lesson that you've got to understand, is something that arrives easy in your life, you don't value as much. Something that you genuinely grafted for and didn't arrive easily, and arrived maybe after just a few months or a few years of working towards something, well, you're going to value that big time. And not only that, but if we're continuing on the money example, if you built a business that, say, took you 2 years to really turn into a successful business, and let's say after 2 years you start making 30 grand a month profit, okay, something like that. Well, you're going to value that so much more. But not only that, the journey to get to that point made you a better man. It increased your character. Making 30 grand in, say, the casino, right? I'm just taking that example again because it's genuinely easy money if you get a bit lucky. That doesn't change anything about you as a person, as a man. Catching a crypto pump, making 30 grand in one day with a meme coin, does not change anything about you as a man. If anything, it just amplifies your flaws. It amplifies you as a current person, right? And so what will happen as a result is that you won't value that money because it came super easily, unless it's generally your business and you're a pro trader, right? And you make money through meme coins and whatnot. I mean, I know a few people like that, but most people aren't. Most people are gambling on this type of stuff. And so, like, you don't value it, you basically subconsciously don't really care as much if you lose it. And that is why easy come, easy go. It's the same concept for relationships as well, right? The male-female dynamic. When a man basically gives a woman attention far too easily, what happens is it's typically in these relationships where the man gets fucked over and the man basically loses that woman eventually, because she loses interest. And why does she lose interest? Because she gets what she wants far too easily. All women want attention, right? And she gets that attention far too easily from that man. And so what ends up happening is that at the slightest first inconvenience, first bit of struggle in that relationship, first hard conversation or awkward moment, whatever, between those two, between the man and the woman, at that slightest inconvenience, she just goes to the next relationship. She doesn't need to continue that relationship because it came too easily. She doesn't value it, right? She doesn't value it as much as the man, for example, who reserves his attention, who doesn't give all of his commitment straight away out of the gate until he gets what he wants as well. which could be whatever you think that is, right? And that is the way that you want to go about it when it comes to relationships. And so, as I said at the start of this video, you can apply this to every single area of your life. And it's especially applicable to the business side of things, right? To conquering life, making more money, becoming more successful, rising the ranks in society, right? Because any opportunity that comes your way and that you maybe think is super easy to do, almost too good to be true, well, that's an opportunity that you need to probably not take action on, because A, it's something that a lot of people are doing and you've probably got so much competition regarding that. And B, well, if it's easy, it's probably not going to be worthwhile, because anything that is easy to make 5 grand from, 10 grand from in a day or, a week, whatever, it's probably just as easy to stop producing that in the next 2 to 3 months, or is a very short-term thing and won't actually bring lasting results, which is what you want when it comes to the business side of things. And it's the same with the gym, right? Building a body. Do you think it's easy to build your dream body? No, it's not. If it was easy, if you go for the easy hacks, right? Like taking steroids, tren, whatever, like it makes it easier to build muscle, right? In the short term, but then you've got all the consequences on the back end, right? All of these things, that these get rich quick schemes, these easy hacks, and all of these things, these lazy hacks, they come with massive consequences, right? And so it's yin and yang, right? You can't have something and expect to have no consequences if it arrives easily. Something that comes easily goes easily, and you've got to truly understand this concept if you want to actually pursue greatness in life, because the sooner you understand it, the more you start to understand that basically hard things in life are the ones worth pursuing. And you want to start pursuing tougher challenges, because you understand, first off, that there's less competition, there's less people actually wanting to do it. Therefore, you're going to have an opportunity to really build something big and successful and worthwhile, right? With less competition. But also, secondly, you understand that the law of the universe literally indicates that if it's harder to achieve, it's harder to leave. And the inverse is true, as I've said many times. And so you've got to almost reframe your mind to enjoy the hard things, because ultimately that's what's going to allow you to get sustainable results in life. And it's what's going to allow you to separate yourself from the rest of the crowd which is always pursuing one thing and it's always the easiest thing. But little do they know that the law of the universe, of easy come, easy go, basically indicates that whatever they try to pursue that's easy is not worthwhile achieving, will leave just as easily as it comes, and is ultimately going to keep them trapped in the same position that they are in time and time again. And you don't want to be that man. You want to pursue the hard things, the challenging things, get yourself out of your comfort zone, because those are the things that are going to bring you real value in your life. And they're the things that are going to change your life forever.